Tough no. I think there's two that I had. And I guess I have one I like better than the other. I thought both would be mentioned for sure. The Mets. The Mets had a fantastic offseason. They were the consensus one for me. Where the hell is this tab? I like their pitching staff. They got Nimmo back at a very important and valuable position. They went out and got, let me find it. The Justin Verlander. They got Senga as the 3. They got Quintana as the 5. They got Adam Ottavino comes back or signed an extension. They brought in D-Rob. They brought in, they signed Diaz to return. So they had some key losses you're looking at as a Mets fan. Edwin Diaz, Nimmo, and DeGrom might not be coming back. Now, DeGrom leaves, but they retain the other 2. And then they get, we're talking this year and next year, I like Verlander better. He just won the Cy Young, and he just keeps going. He's also, besides the Tommy John, he's pretty healthy. Yeah, I know that Correa muddied it up at the end, but I love the Mets offseason. They made a lot of moves, big and small.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of people, like you said, that were leaving. They're going to have to replace a lot of that rotation with Bassett, Walker, and who else left in? Oh, DeGrom. Mm-hmm. That's a nice 3 right there for you that you had to replace. They did as good as you can do replacing them, bringing in Verlander, like you said, and Senga and Quintana. I love the Quintana move. The sneaky move for me is D-Rob. I say that every offseason, go get this guy for 1 year, $10 million, whatever he's charging right now. This is a guy that can really help you. I think you can rely on him in some high leverage situations. He's just a really good pitcher who puts up really good numbers.
One else they did that's sneaky. They have Timlo Castro in AAA and Terrence Gore. So if they make the postseason, stolen bases are happening. One of those is coming up and grabbing some bags. Jimmy Yacobonis down in AAA. That's just a fun name to say. I have no other thoughts. Just a fun name to say.
I played with a Jay Yaconetti.
Because you're looking at their rotation that might be oh my God. And then I like their rotation now.
It's funny. You're saying the Correa thing put just a weird spin on the end, but also shouldn't matter a little bit. I guess the part that's just mental warfare for me is just some of these guys are old. I don't know. I'm sore right now. I don't know. Scherzer, Verlander, Carrasco. Quintana's the second youngest guy on the staff at 34. I don't know. Like you're saying, I mean, Justin Verlander basically has nothing on his resume that you should question it. And, Ottavino's a sneaky 37. D-Rob's a sneaky 37. I don't know. It feels a little weird in my head.
It's a Showalter team.
But it's a Buck Showalter team. So, no, I mean, if you're a Mets fan, you had to be sure you were going to lose a Nimmo or a Diaz or something like that. And at the end of the day, you lost DeGrom, but you brought in the other bad dude. So
yeah, and they got McGill, Lucchesi, Jose. How do you say his name? Butto in the wings that can grab some starts. We've seen them grab starts and be good and come up. So if you need to do phantom IL or injuries, they have some depth there that they leaned on last year and had good outings.
Other teams, if they signed a closer to what they gave Edwin Diaz, which was 5 years, $105 million, I believe, I'd be like, well, you're kind of hamstringing yourself. But the Mets they play the game the way it's supposed to be played, where they don't really care about the payroll. There's no salary cap in baseball, so you can't say that about them. They can go overpay for everyone, and it doesn't matter to them, to Steve Cohen. What do you think Steve Cohen gives his nieces and nephews for birthdays? You have my grandma sends my kids $2 bills. I don't think Steve Cohen sent $2 bills. Are those all hundos? They have to be, right?
He doesn't talk to his grandkids.
He gives.
Does he give them stock tips?
He gives those I've never seen one, but
Andy's mints.
Those original stock things. And it's this is one of the first of 1,000 Apple stocks.
Is he so rich that he sends the worst gifts? Because there's also that aspect where he just doesn't care, and maybe he sends things to the kids why are you sending
whatever
this?
His wife sends? Maybe is what they get.
Maybe when you're that rich, you go with a theme. Every time he said something made out of wood. Like he has a wood making gift guy. Like, oh, this is a wood mailbox. Thanks.
Uncle Steve sent me a present again. I don't like it. He sent me like Legos, bro.